Well, good evening and welcome to our coverage of the National Premier League's women's competition as Moreton Bay United take on Olympic. Both teams having beaten the weather after lengthy delays in their seasons due to the extreme rain that we've had up here in Queensland over the last couple of weeks. My name's Simon Smale, all the action coming to you live from Walter Park as Moreton Bay United host Olympic. Both teams will be desperate to pick up their seasons and kick-start their seasons after that enforced delay with a win. Moreton Bay United yet to find 3 points in the National Premier League's Queensland this season, with 2 defeats and a draw. The draw coming last time out, though, against Gold Coast United, 0-0 result here at Walter Park. Olympic, well, they've had one of each so far this season. A heavy defeat on the opening day of the season against Lions. They picked themselves up and picked up a draw against the Wanderers next time out, and then last time out they beat the QAS by 2-1. Both those teams sit higher than Olympic on the table as things stand, but it's hard to take too much into account in terms of form, because neither of these two teams have played in the league since the end of April. Olympic haven't played any game competitively for 27 days since April 29th. Moreton Bay United have had a Kappa Women's Super Cup match on May 18 since they last took on a league opposition on April 30. Moreton Bay United picked up a win in that Kappa Women's Super Cup round 4 clash against Logan, 3-0 as well. Florence McIntyre, Charlie McLennan and Georgia Beaumont getting on the score sheet. Macca Smith will be hoping that Moreton Bay United will be able to take that confidence from that victory into their league form. Olympic, well, they're scheduled to play Mitchelton in the Cup on Monday. Again, we'll just have to see what happens from above over the course of the weekend. Lots of games are not taking place. You might want to check out footballqueensland.com.au/wet weather. There's a hyphen between the wet and the weather in that web address, or you could just go to footballqueensland.com.au and navigate from there to check out which games are happening. This game, though, at Walter Park is happening, and Tyler Schofield is about to get things underway once she is set and ready. Rosie Sutton of Olympic in the number 9 shirt, ready to kick off. And we are go in the National Premier League's Queensland, and it is good to hear that being said. It has to be said over the last couple of weeks of real torment when it comes to the weather. Walter Park, as ever, looks to be in pristine condition. Moreton Bay United have an early opportunity, but Olympic managed to get numbers back there, and it'll be Faith Stevenson who's charged with getting the ball away, but good hustle there from Georgia Beaumont. Will put herself about over the course of the match. Don't you doubt that. Charlie McLennan got a boot to that, but it was Brittany Lassick who came back and helped out her defence. Beaumont ran out of space there. Apologies, that was McLennan. The Olympic skipper, Madalena Daniels, gets the ball forward. Stevenson couldn't get hold of it, but now Rosie Sutton does end up in possession. Apologies, don't know what's going on behind the pillar. It does look like Olympic are going forward because Lassick's in the penalty area, and that's almost diverted into her own net by Jacqueline Cashman. Was able to take a touch and only concede a corner. Olympic are going to take it. It'll be Grace Chalmers who heading over, former Moreton Bay United player for 2019, either side of a stint at Mitchelton. So it could be a big weekend for Grace Chalmers. If that Mitchelton game takes place in the Cup on Monday. Lassick positioning herself right on the byline, with Moreton Bay United having 2 players on the post. The rest of the Olympic players are in position in the penalty area, and arriving was Innocent Michael. And we're none the wiser as to what's going on behind the pole, I'm afraid, but Olympic do have possession. Here is Chalmers. Neat from Chalmers. Lassick over the top. Natalie Tatham gets to the byline. Lassick's made a run near post. It was Lassick who tried to divert the ball towards Rosie Sutton, but Moreton Bay United are there and will clear. Up towards Beaumont. Beaumont's through ball. Able to be picked up by a teammate, but they'll have another go, Moreton Bay United, with Green. And Green's through ball now, this time picked off by New. Nice from Chambers. And that was less nice. Free kick to Moreton Bay. 3 minutes gone, and Olympic doing the early running. This clash, and want to win just to really assert themselves. Of course, they did gain promotion from the FQPL last year and did so very well, and they'd have had high hopes of competing towards the top of the ladder in this competition, Olympic, despite only just being promoted. They have good reason to. Danny Burns got them well organised, some really talented players in this squad. Chantel Symes being one of the players who was involved with an A-League women's team in the NPL off-season. Decent challenge then, just putting Zara Stone off. The youngster playing under 16s last year, should give you an indication as to her juvenility. Olympic pick up possession. Stevenson had to ride the challenge as support. Madalena Daniels. Stevenson's continued her run. Daniels goes back inside. New. She'll look for options. The option is to run into space. The pass picked off by McIntyre. Innocent Michael, the Tasmanian, does well. Plays the ball into space. Faith Stevenson gives chase. And we can only speculate what's going on in that corner now, but I'm going to guess at a Moreton Bay United throw. And managed to get the ball out into the centre field. Much better for our camera angles. Green. Oh, that's really cute from Kiana Shervey. Moved over to Moreton Bay United from the Lakes, where she had a phenomenal goal-scoring record. 31 goals in 14 games in City League 1 last year for the Lakes. She was a one-time Football Brisbane Player of the Year when playing up at the Lakes, scoring 44 goals in a campaign, which is really quite something. Has scored one this season for her new club, in the league that is. She managed a hat-trick against the Gap in the third round of the Kappa Women's Super Cup. 9-0 thrashing at Moreton Reserve for Moreton Bay United. Wasn't quite enough to kick-start their league campaign. But a good cup run, never go amiss, and builds that confidence as Stone just goes through the back of Madison Chambers, making her first appearance of the season for Olympic. To go back to Amy Cook. Amy Cook threads the needle there. It's a good pass. McIntyre couldn't quite pick it up, but Moreton Bay United do retain possession. Here's Khan. It's the sheer amount of rain can't help any of the pitches, and that's been reflected in the number of matches that have already been abandoned for tomorrow and over the course of the weekend. Moreton Park normally holds up pretty well and actually looking pretty solid at the moment. Tatham battles really hard but loses out to McIntyre, and then Olympic did regain possession. Be a job for Cashman. Cashman does brilliantly. Can't turn the neat skill into anything else though. Yeah, that was very cute from Cashman. Comfortable playing the ball out from the back, but Moreton Bay United putting them under pressure. Was a Olympic throw. Tyler Schofield's just checking on something. She's got Tyler Brotherston and Emily Weeby on the flanks for her in assisting. All-female refereeing team. Of course, we heard news this week that 6 referees in the World Cup team are going to be women for the first time for the World Cup in Qatar. Stephanie Frappard from France, Salama Mukasanga from Rwanda, and Yoshimi Yamashita of Japan will be refereeing matches in the middle. It's Bella Shuttleworth, the former Lion. Gets rid of that one at the cost of a goal kick. News are back from Brazil. Karen Diaz-Medina from Mexico and Catherine Nesbitt of the USA will be the 6 women, will be the assistants. So 6 women referees at the World Cup, 4 Aussie referees, and 3 of them are Queenslanders: Chris Beef, Ashley Beecham and Anton Shetinin. Sean Evans, the odd one out, who will be the VAR, one of the VAR referees. Beecham and Shetinin will be assistants, and Chris Beef will be central referee for the World Cup, and in that World Cup group. It's a huge honour. It comes off the back of Kate Jasowicz, Lara Lee and Casey Reebok being involved in the Asian Cup in India. It's a good time to be a referee. Lara Lee and Alex King, they won Referee of the Year awards for the A-Leagues at the Dolan Warren Awards night during the week. They're all coming from Queensland. footballqueensland.com.au/referees if you want to get involved and be part of the 3rd team. Tyler Schofield is one of the more experienced referees of the women's competition. As a free kick goes against Faith Stevenson for just clipping McIntyre's ankles. They want to spread it to this near side. The idea was right, execution wasn't quite, but it still worked out. And here's an opportunity perhaps for Beaumont going forward. Uses McIntyre. Beaumont was the intended target, was she? No, perhaps McLennan. Clearance is a good one because it's going to force Cook to play. And then the pressure comes from Sutton. And Bay United retain possession all the way back to Bella Shuttleworth though. Kept a clean sheet last time out. Adding to the 2 clean sheets she's kept in the cup, so she's in good form, the former Lioness. That cross comes in, and it was one of those crosses that sometimes ends up in the back of the net. And I'm sure Chantel Symes would have been slightly concerned for a moment as she saw that ball flash across the angle that it was. Certainly made things interesting. Good little spell here for the home side. Gets the ball out to Daniels. Daniels with a nice touch. She's been put under pressure though from McLennan, and she's lost the ball, has she, Daniels? Yeah, McLennan has possession. Here's an opportunity for Beaumont. And 9 times out of 10 you'd be expecting Georgia Beaumont to put that ball in the back of the net. She's checking it on replay now. She's got herself into a perfect position. Well, you'd have expected the net to bulge. Back live now as McIntyre spreads the ball wide. 1-2, well watched by Tatham. Tatham's going to go all the way back to Symes, the only option, and then Symes asks Tatham to clear, but clear a great distance she does not. An opportunity for Moreton Bay once again. Amy Cook in the 13 jersey. Well positioned to steal possession back, and here's an opportunity for Stevenson. She wants the 1-2. She'll pick up the return pass from Sutton. Lasek is racing to get towards the front post. Oh, wanted the flick on, did Lasek. Faith Stevenson must have done really well. Bella Shuttleworth was well positioned though. And a clearing ball turns defence to attack instantly. That's great defence from Lucana. Sam Bambling, the 19-year-old, who has a prodigious scoring record of her own, just unable to capitalise. has won from 2 appearances this season, scoring against the QAS in that 2-1 defeat at Perry Park. Back in round 2, if it sounds like a long time ago, it was about a month and a half ago. For these girls who haven't played for such a long time, been starved of football really. Excellent football from Moreton Bay United at the moment down that right-hand side. An awkward one really for Symes, and she hammers the ball away. Makes a really good save second time around though. The pressure's still coming from Moreton Bay United. Good little jab there from Cashman. Oh, that's a peach of a ball, is it? McLennan, as ever, with the chase. That was really good football from Moreton Bay United. Just broke down really at the end. Symes just flapped a little bit at the cross. She was under pressure, significant pressure from Beaumont. Then pulled off a really good save with her feet down low. Schofield on the lookout for the theft of meters at the throw-in. Shervin does well. Beaumont just trying to create some space for herself. Georgia Beaumont spent the season, the A-League Women's season, with Adelaide United. Stone just tries to go around the outside of Chalmers, who makes herself as big as she possibly can, which is no mean feat for the left-sided player of Olympic. Manages to only give away a goal kick. Tatham. Olympic moving the ball around nicely at the back, just creating space. Daniels will turn and have space to run into. Neat ball for Sutton to run onto. Daniels wants the ball returned to her. It'll fall for Innocent Michael on the edge of the penalty area. Didn't fancy the shot, or it didn't really quite set up for her enough. Tatham, nice touch from Tatham, a bit too heavy, and now the ball's at the feet of Beaumont, and Beaumont is going to have her pocket picked brilliantly by Daniels. Olympic turning up the pressure somewhat now. Chalmers. Classic. Loses out there. Heavy touch. Not sure what the intention was there, but Symes would have been grateful, and Olympic would have been grateful just to relieve the pressure. Innocent Michael showed quite a lot of that to Shervy. And now Bambling has possession. Bambling's going to shoot here. You could tell that was on her mind the moment she got the ball. Good bit of pressure from Shervy. Neat little touch from Bambling to take the ball away from Tatham. Then the dummy. I think that might have just caught the behind post. Good ball from Tatham. Really good ball to find Stevenson. Well, vision is such an asset for Olympic. Natalie Tatham has the ability to just ping those passes. Daniels, great pressure from Daniels, wins the ball back, and New is going to drive forward now. Space rather converged and tightened on her. Ball still finds its way through to Daniels though. Now back to New. And New will start this attack afresh. Chambers just about got hold of that. Now Chalmers. Back to Chambers. Ball is swung in by Chambers. Oh, that's really good defence again, just to take the ball away from Sutton. Daniels. Once again, back to Christy New. Chalmers tried the first time pass, couldn't get the ball through Stone. And now Bambling. And Stone put the boot in on Chambers. I'm not sure it was intentional, but Chambers certainly felt it. United throw. Shervey, ball over the top towards Beaumont, or at least where Beaumont was hoping to be. Daniels will mop up at the back. Nice 1-2, risky 1-2, but it's paid off. That pass didn't though, and here's an opportunity for Beaumont perhaps to drive. She checks though, as Daniels tries to atone for giving the ball away. He goes all the way back to Cashman. United just hiccuping there a little as they tried to launch the attack down the right and switch play down the right. The ball's been given away by Stevenson now, and a long-range effort wasn't far away at all. A little bit too casual from Lucana. It's not a bad effort at all. It's actually caused some damage to the net. One of the supporting string has broken, and that needs fixing before we continue. During the delay, an opportunity to tell you about the other games set to take place this weekend in what is round 6 of the National Premier League's women's competition. Lions are set to host the Queensland Academy of Sport tomorrow at 4:45 at Lions Stadium. That will be subject to a pitch inspection. We've had real trouble draining the fields at Richlands, as indeed so many clubs have around the state, particularly in the southeast corner. Capalaba against South United. That game is set for 6:30 at Max Haynes Field. And Eastern Suburbs against Gold Coast United. That was set to take place at Heath Park, but there is no chance, unfortunately, of that game taking place. So that's been an early cancellation. So Gold Coast United won't have to travel up. Gold Coast United, who have had 3 draws so far this season, sit on 3 points, along with Easts in 5th and 6th respectively. Olympic are in 4th on 4 points with Sunshine Coast Wanderers, and the QAS have 6. Lions have 4 wins from 4 and sit pretty atop the ladder. South United, Moreton Bay United and Capalaba just have 1 point each. Moreton Bay United have arguably had the better chances in this game. Macca Smith will be pretty happy with what he's seen. Chances are coming, and it'll be an important 3 points for both teams. But if Moreton Bay United can get it, it could rocket them all the way up the ladder to be level on points with Wanderers and Olympic. Wanderers have the bye this week, so there'll be 3 teams locked on 4 points at least come the end of the weekend. A weekend in which we hope we'll have plenty of football, but it will pay to keep an eye on footballqueensland.com.au/wet-weather. You can, of course, just go to footballqueensland.com.au and navigate to the wet weather page, because there are a lot of fields that are still out of action. And again, possibly a good time just to pay credit to all the ground staff, volunteer and otherwise, who are putting in so much work at the moment just to try and get the fields playable, and administrators across the southeast corner are really wrestling with how to ensure that they can get teams back on the field as soon as they can, with the caveat that they need to protect the fields and protect the safety of the players. You can't have players slipping over and potentially damaging knees or worse. So it's an important caveat, of course, particularly in the younger age groups. You have the SAP and the other like lower age teams who they just want to go out and play. You don't necessarily need to. They don't worry that it's raining so much. It's not a consideration that they take into account. They just want to go out and play with their mates, and it's important for them to do so. But again, there's all those other caveats as well. Saw in the media during the week the fields down in the Illawarra, down in New South Wales, which were opened to play football, and they probably shut again pretty quickly because the fields became messy very quickly and are now unavailable to be used. So it's a case of being careful what you wish for, perhaps. About 5-minute delay now with that stanchion rope being broken, but Tyler Schofield is happy. The stanchion has been fixed. I sincerely hope it was with some gaffer tape or something else. And we'll finally be allowed to continue, and Moreton Bay are going to continue right where they left off as Cashman drives forward. Oh, this is good from Cashman. Getting right to the byline. Does she have options in the middle? Oh, she does, you know. She's just helped away by Tatham. Oh, that's clever from Chambers. Good strength to get between the ball and her opponent. Oh, it's really clever there from Innocent Michael to win the ball and then spread it to this near side, and Matalina Daniels. Excellent football from Olympic under serious pressure. Lasek receives the ball from Stevenson. She spreads it wide to Chambers. Chambers now with the shot. That one's gone up onto the hill behind the goal. Bella Shuttleworth will give chase. Excellent football. Great vision from Lasek. The Moreton Bay United defence struggling a little bit. Chambers just got under that ball. I don't think it takes much to get Bella Shuttleworth, very enthusiastic player, hopping over the fence. And she'll kick off once again. Bit of a stop-start match so far. Goalless as it stands. Moreton Bay United 0, Olympic 0. Simon Smale with you on the call. I should complete my name really, as Moreton Bay United come forward down the right-hand side. Cross is sent in, headed away by Daniels. Chipped over. Oh, it might fall here for Shervey. Still there for Moreton Bay United on the edge of the penalty area, but Olympic do clear in the end. Innocent Michael needs to pick her pass well, and she does. Shimmying her way through a couple of yellow-shirted attackers and playing the ball nicely to Matalina Daniels, and Olympic will just take a couple of breaths here to reset. Pressure comes, but Olympic are getting the ball out of that defensive right pocket pretty well. Beaumont, always a threat. Couldn't find Bandling though. Pair of 19-year-old future stars of the National Premier League's Queensland. Beaumont possibly already a star of the National Premier League's Queensland. Chalmers keep that in. She did. Chambers. That's nice from Chambers. Oh, very nice from Chambers. She'll get a cross in. Oh, it's pinballing around, and Lasek was there. Shuttleworth had to be alert. Olympic will come again through Goes Chalmers. St Michael does really well. Just an inquisitive look from McIntyre about whether or not she was fouled. Referee Schofield was ideally placed. Here's Sutton. Sutton goes down. She makes an inquisitive glance as well, and this time Schofield acquiesces and blows the whistle. Free kick to Olympic. That's the sort of position for a free kick as well. Christy New will take it. I think she's just going to hammer this towards the edge of the penalty area, maybe even closer to the goal, and Shuttleworth's gone down, and looks like Stevenson it was who managed to hammer the ball over the crossbar. Amy Cook is slow getting up, and will decipher what happened there on the replay. It was a really good ball, just putting Shuttleworth under pressure. Stevenson perhaps could have done a little bit better there. Shuttleworth isn't the tallest of goalkeepers, so there's always that idea to just to put the ball down and just see whether or not she's got the composure and strength to create some space around her. Here's Sutton, who always has the intelligence to find space where others might not see any. Daniels has gone on a run. He won't get the ball from Stevenson, who plays the ball over across to Tatham. Tatham tries to play in Chambers. He'll be out for a throw-in, and does look like Georgia Beaumont's just pointing things out either to the referee or the defence. She's just explaining to her defenders where the gaps are, because there are gaps for Olympic to exploit. There's a few better than Tatham to exploit them. High balls come in. Apologies for the break in picture. And St Michael latches onto the loose ball, gets to the byline, one can only presume. And we have Tyler Schofield to tell us that that is a goal kick. Left-footed, Shuttleworth gets that ball over halfway with a little bit of support from a friend. Georgia Beaumont forwards to Stone, back to Beaumont. Cross is turned in. It's a really good cross. And it kept Shervey interested. And Daniels is everywhere at the moment, just mopping up and putting out spot fires in that Olympic penalty area and around it. Beaumont puts the pressure on. Here's Daniels again. Lasek a long way from where she would ideally be playing, up towards goal, but Olympic needed her back there, and now they can try and get the ball forward to where she wants it to be and where Olympic wants it to be. Kana crosses to Chalmers. Chalmers has a fair bit of time, and she'll switch play to this near side. Stevenson had to work to get it and ends up losing out. A little bit of a missed kick, but it's worked out for McIntyre. And now an opportunity for Bambling, who's popped up on the left. Showed too much of it to Tatham though, and now Michael. Long ball from Michael, and certainly nice idea for Lasek, who knew as soon as she spotted the trajectory that she just wasn't going to be able to get there. Sense of frustration. It was a nice idea. The ball early behind the Moreton Bay United line. Stevenson putting her body on the line there. Bay United just mopping up nicely. we've seen so far. It is a surprise that Moreton Bay United haven't found a win in the league so far. Move the ball around nicely. Have had chances, a couple of really good ones. One to Georgia Beaumont and one to Sam Bambling that was probably more cross than shot. Olympic have had a couple of opportunities too though. Stevenson putting the ball over after it bobbled around the penalty area from a delicious free kick from Christy New that just begged to be the creator of chaos in that Moreton Bay United penalty. That's a clever pass from Lasek out to Stevenson. Stevenson tries to link up with Lasek again. Moreton Bay United do manage to come away with the ball though. It's fallen for Michael. Sutton goes past one, goes past another, rides for challenge. Lasek takes one over the... And there will be an offside, I think, yes. Madison Chambers looked offside. Everyone half stopped, including Brittany Lasek, who played the ball to her. Just a couple of conversations happening between Lasek and Chambers. Chambers just going to get a little over enthusiastic. It was neat football, particularly from Sutton, to create the chance. Green. Good football from Stone. Shervey. Couldn't find Beaumont, who is now playing on the right. Shervey. Couldn't quite disrupt enough. She almost managed to steal the ball back for the hosts. Tatham goes all the way back to Symes. Pressure came from McIntyre. Olympic still managed to clear. This is neat from Khan. Cook's been good too. She finds Cashman. Cashman goes long. It's an inviting ball. This will be an awkward one because Symes can't pick it up. Gets rid to Daniels. Some alacrity and does well, and Sutton just lets the ball go through her legs. Khan was caught out by it, but Moreton Bay United still had players back in the form of Cashman in particular. Bella Shuttleworth has plenty of time now to assess and work out where she wants to get the ball upfield to. Doesn't go far in the end, only finds Cook. Solid challenge from McLennan on Stevenson. The ball is an inviting one for Bambling. This looks like she's slightly fatiguing Bambling. Miss Daniels looks like she can run all day. Lasek turns the ball around the corner. Stevenson's been asked to run, and she won't. Shuttleworth's going to have to get rid of it quickly because Sutton was there. I apologise just for the break-up in picture at the moment. Michael just showed a little bit too much of that ball, asking too much of her skipper, and Adelina Daniels just saying, come on, we need to tighten this up because we're giving away silly turnovers. Moreton Bay United give away a slightly silly free kick. Florence McIntyre just leaving the boot in on Tatham, who certainly felt that and manages to limp away. Free kick inside their own half, too far you'd think for New just to lump one forward and try and put Shuttleworth under pressure, and that is in fact the case because Daniels is charged with taking the ball forward now. It's gone back to New. New puts the ball long this time, hands go up, does the flag? Yes it does. Lassick this time the guilty party. Oh, an opportunity over on the far side of the field. Fortunately, our camera's breaking up quite badly at the moment. Makes it quite difficult to check, but Olympic have survived the momentary scare and have the ball through Chambers. Tatham. Constantly under pressure from Shervey. Now Beaumont's going to put Daniels under pressure, and Daniels has to get rid of it quickly to Symes. New. Daniels. Here's an opportunity for Sutton. Sutton shifts onto her left boot. Here's Lassick with a shot. It's deflected pretty close to the source of the shot though. Moreton Bay United will play the ball away, but they've given it straight back to Innocent Michael, who wants the return pass. Instead it's Lassick who is in space. Stevenson over on that wing, puts the ball in, and Shuttleworth had a little bobble but managed to retain possession under no pressure from Sutton. Oh, here's the pressure, and it's a good run from Bambling. Symes had to be quick, and the hesitation was because the Olympic defence saw their keeper coming to claim the ball, but Bambling didn't dally and could have created something of an uncomfortable situation for Chantel Symes. In the end, it's only a throw-in for the hosts. Could have been a lot worse. Just passing the ball around their own penalty area at the moment. That's my name, Simon Smale. Moreton Bay United and Olympic is your Friday night offering from Football Queensland in the National Premier League's Queensland Women's Competition. It is still goalless at the moment up at Water Park. This is one of the few games taking place this weekend. You can check Football Queensland's socials for the matches that are still taking place at the moment, but you'll be better off checking footballqueensland.com.au and navigating yourself to the wet weather tab to make sure that your game is taking place this weekend, and of course keeping track of your club's social medias as well, due to the amount of rain that we've had in the southeast corner of Queensland. Green just unceremoniously dumped Lassick onto the ground. A free kick is given because Bambling was dumped in a similar fashion. Tyler Schofield says that Grace Chalmers' infringement was worthy of a free kick, and there was no infringement when Lassick went down. So free kick in a threatening position for Olympic to have to deal with here. Moreton Bay United have created chances. And there'll be 4 players in the wall. A little bit of coaching there from Tyler Schofield about what is a natural body position in terms of handballs. You can have no excuses. Oh, it's a brilliant free kick, equalled by a brilliant save. Chantel Symes at full stretch. That was a spectacular effort. Long way out to go for goal. Right in the top corner. That is a brilliant stop from Chantel Symes. Headed away at the near post by Daniels, the skipper. They'll have another go, Moreton Bay United, will they? No, they won't, because Green turned into trouble. And now Faith Stevenson has got her skates on. She's forced to go back to Daniels, though, stymieing the attack somewhat. Tatham goes wide, left to Chalmers. Now Chambers. Threads the needle through to Lassick. Lassick sees that Daniels is free. Pokes the ball through to Daniels. She wants a return pass. Instead, it's a shot at goal, and it's easily dealt with by Bella Shuttleworth. Bay United get things moving quickly. Should be about 4 minutes added on. Had a period where the net collapsed midway through this first half. It gave the players a bit of a break. It does mean that they'll have to make up that time at the end of this first period. Will either of these two sides make the most of the extra time they're given? That's the question. Really well to try and win that ball back, and then on a stretch was Green. Gives the ball away, and an opportunity perhaps for Chambers, but she ran into trouble in the form of Laura Stone. It will end up being a Moreton Bay United throw-in. St Michael wins the ball back. Really good battling work from Michael, who was wanting a free kick there, and the evidence seemed to indicate that she was a little bit unlucky there. We are a long way away, admittedly. Tyler Schofield a lot closer. She deemed that there was nothing wrong with it. Certainly nothing wrong with that turn from Faith Stevenson. How's the cross going to be? Oh, it's a good one, but too close to Shuttleworth once again. He's been very solid so far today. Just the one little hiccup where she bobbled the ball, but there was no pressure coming from an opposition player, so it was a fumble that meant nothing. The pressure put on Chalmers there from News pass, and she's coughed up possession and an opportunity for Bambling down the right hand side now. Off the back of Grace Chalmers, ex Moreton Bay Jet. Bambling. Lateral damage from the assistant. You can see the funny side. Throw comes in to the edge of the penalty area. Lassick manages to get the ball cleared. Here's an opportunity for Sutton. Olympic on the counter-attack. Lassick's continued her run at a rate of knots. Lassick points Stevenson inside her, then puts a cross in, aiming for Tatham. Arriving is Daniels. Does well to keep possession. Here's Lassick. Lassick tries to thread the needle through, and Tatham didn't take a chance. Ball out for a goal kick. Nice idea from Lassick, who's yet to find the goal herself in the league this year for Olympic, but did score in the 3-0 victory over Rabina City in the Cup. He finds Nakana. And Sutton wins a free kick. She was barreled into from behind. It's a promising sort of position. Christy New created some carnage by putting the ball right on top of Bella Shuttleworth earlier on in the half as we enter the 5th minute of time added on. I think this would be it. It was about 4 or 5 minutes that the goal needed fixing for. Sutton just taking her time getting up here. Olympic would want her in the penalty area for this. Doesn't appear like there's going to be any treatment coming her way. Up she pops now. 32-year-old racing into the penalty area. It is a long-range shot, and little Bella Shuttleworth has to turn that one over the crossbar. And that time, Christian New going for goal. Cutting out the middleman. We saw Sutton racing into the penalty area just to cause confusion, perhaps just to try and take Shuttleworth's eye off the ball. Well, it didn't work. Shuttleworth more than equal to the challenge and tipping that ball over the crossbar. Watch every game on FQTV. Some commentated, some not. Again, slightly reduced card this weekend, but there's still plenty of action to get your teeth into. Catch it all on FQTV. You can navigate there via Football Queensland's social media and website. Corner is going to be swept in. Sutton's gone near post. Sutton it is, the intended target. The ball is helped away and then hammered away, and after 6 minutes of time added on at the end of a goalless first half, Tyler Schofield blows her whistle. So neither team able to make the breakthrough in the first 45 minutes that stretched into 51 after the unfortunate effect of a shot on the net of Olympic. That shot came from Sam Bambling and almost caused Chantel Symes to have some blushes as the ball just flew over her crossbar. There were a couple of opportunities for the home side aside from that, but Chantel Symes did really well to make a really good save.
They say you can't
that time from Georgia Beaumont. We'll be back after these messages for the second half in the National Premier's Queensland.
And the up-and-comers, a family pitches in and works together as a team. We have the ones who keep us in check, and we motivate each other to be the best. Be the best! But it's my brothers and my sisters who always have my back. That's why even my real family love my football family. So what are you waiting for? Join our team. Come on!
Felton Industries is proud to be the official shelter and grandstands partner of Football Queensland. Felton offers a range of premium aluminium grandstands, from elite portable spectator seating to soccer team shelters for players and coaches. Give your fans the best view of the game with Felton's comfortable spectator seating. With sun-safe shelters, all powder-coated in your team colours. Whatever your club needs, Felton has a high-quality, low-maintenance seating option to suit. We are the pioneers in Australian-made grandstands and team shelters. Contact Felton today on 1800 834 016 or visit felton.net.au.
Vito Sports pride themselves on delivering top-quality FIFA regulation-compliant goals. Each goal is made from durable, high-density, thick aluminium and then finished in a white powder coat. To provide quick delivery, Vito Sports stock all goals in this range within their Brisbane distribution warehouse, allowing customers to quote, order and deliver in a matter of days. If you'd like to inquire about the Vito Sports goal range, email us at admin@vitosports.com.
And welcome back to our live coverage of Moreton Bay United against Olympic in the National Premier League's Queensland Women's Competition, round 6 from Walter Park. And after a goalless first half, both teams will be keen to get themselves back into the action. It's a game of not an enormous amount of chances so far, but Sam Bambling's had a shot that's narrowly gone over the crossbar, and Georgia Beaumont shot wide from not too far out, it has to be said. Chantel Symes made a brilliant save from a Sam Bambling free kick as well. And for Olympic, Dave Stevenson had a shot fly over the crossbar from, again, not a million miles away from out in front. And Christy New forced Bella Shuttleworth into tipping a long-range free kick over the crossbar late on in stoppage time, of which there were 6 minutes at the end of the first half. Tyler Schofield gets things underway. Simon Smale is my name and I'm your commentator this evening. There's been some breaks of communication between the video that we're seeing and what's coming up on the camera, so apologies for that, as Rosie Sutton towards the edge of the penalty area links up with Innocent Michael. Now a cross, it's a good cross as well from Madison Chambers, but Shuttleworth bravely came out and just took the ball off the foot of Brittany Lassick. Apologies for the breaking up of coverage as it's coming to you. Shuttleworth with the goal kick. There will be a throw in as well on this near sideline, just over halfway. Grace Chalmers goes back inside. Madalena Daniels does well just to take the ball away from Georgia Beaumont. The free kick goes against Moreton Bay United. The free kick on Daniels. For a foul on Daniels, sorry. They switch to this near side and Chalmers. Sutton just couldn't quite get that ball under control. Again, apologies, very difficult to get these any sort of coherent commentary when there's such incoherent pictures coming in, but we can see that Chambers has the ball now and does well to get round one. It was good work from Zara Stone though. St Michael's got herself into a bit of a corner but breaks free. It's only the efforts of McIntyre that stops her from having a shot at goal, and in the end it is Innocent Michael who gives away a free kick. Shuttleworth takes up over halfway. And all the way to Chantel Symes. Ball's breaking for Shervy. Goes back to McIntyre. McIntyre goes down at the attention of Michael. And then there was a chance for the hosts. I can't tell you who it was or what happened, unfortunately. But the ball didn't end up in the back of the net. The score remains Moreton Bay United 0, Olympic 0. Olympic try to break out. Moreton Bay United on the attack again though, linking up with Bambling. Wide to Beaumont. Beaumont looks to cross. McIntyre's waiting in the middle. Symes gets hold of the ball. Stone got her thigh to that ball and then puts the cross in, but Symes is equal to it. Again, it was Shuttleworth, it was Beaumont and Bambling who were waiting in the middle just for an error from Symes. Tatham does well. And there was a little bit of afters there. Referee says play on. Olympic are on the attack. I'm not sure if it was a playful knock of the leg or something slightly more combative between Tatham and her opponent there, but all's well that ends well, I guess. Ball's played forward nicely. It was well watched by Cashman, but ball's fallen to Rosie Sutton. Olympic on the charge here. Michael has made a little run. Still there for Olympic with Chalmers. Michael goes back to Chalmers. Shuttleworth takes the diving slips catch on the full. Rosie Sutton bought the ticket to whatever show the defender was selling there, but it's worked out for Sutton. Sutton with the shot. Shuttleworth at full stretch helps it behind for a corner. Again, apologies for the slightly interrupted pictures, but we can safely say that Shuttleworth managed to scramble across and make the save. Corner's swept in, helped away only as far as Tatham. She won't mind having a shot here. High over the bar in the end. Calmly done by Daniels, but Moreton Bay United still have an opportunity here. Spreading the ball wide to Cook. Back inside, but the only player there is Innocent Michael. Tatham helps it on its way. Now New. Chambers did well, let the bounce befuddle Zara Stone. And Michael rode one challenge, skipped around the second from Bambling, and gets the ball cross field, and it's fallen for Rosie Sutton here. Now Chambers inside to Lassick. And Lassick just couldn't quite keep it under control. Just wonder if she could have just poked it through to Rosie Sutton, whether or not she might have been able to have a shot or put a cross in. Under some serious pressure there. Well, she'll be enjoying this battle, but Michael's given the ball away. Bambling's long boot just stretching out and stopping that ball. Chambers will accept the throw-in. Chalmers battled and ended up winning the war. Gets the throw-in. Ball over to Chambers. Apologies, it's Sutton. Sutton turns well. Slides a pass in. Didn't quite hit it as well as she would have wanted, I don't think. Chalmers puts the cross in. Home side Moreton Bay United under a little bit of pressure here, but managed to escape that pressure through Shervey. McLennan. Good ball forward, a really good ball. Beaumont, sliding across, and Symes had to be at full stretch. Ball's still there, an opportunity for the opening goal. It is the opening goal. And it's Sam Bambling, the 19-year-old. Good save initially from Symes. Bambling gets her second of the season. In the league, that is. Did score in the Kappa Cup against the Gap. It is the opening goal of the game, and both coaches are going to use this opportunity to make some substitutions. Looks like Grace Chalmers is coming off. Chalmers and Chambers both off for Olympic. Looks like Karaluka is on, Tiani Karaluka. Didn't see the other player who's come on. It might have been Christina Amajoy. Just a slight shift from Danny Byrne. It is Christina Amajoy, former Gap player. Comes forward and wins a corner straight away for her team. I think Moreton Bay United made a change as well. Yeah, Tanisha Stanley is out there now. She's just marking the back post. Not sure who went off. Swept it. It's a really good one. It was Sutton at the back post who almost swept it home, but in the end it's gone behind for a goal kick. Really awkward corner to deal with, right underneath the crossbar. Shuttleworth put a boot out to it, put a glove out to it. Sorry, Christy New couldn't quite get the ball away. Into the back of the net. Disappointment for Olympic to strike back immediately on the hour mark, but it is Moreton Bay United who lead at the moment. Both teams have played good football at times. In weight of chances, it's okay to say that Moreton Bay United are worth their lead, but it's marginal stuff. I just wonder whether that will spur Olympic on a little and create a few more chances. Emma Joy almost got flattened there by Mia Green. Spent most of last year playing in the under-23s, the ex-QAS product. This New drives forward and continues to drive. Christy New finds Karaluka. Touch inside from Stevenson. And St Michael just loses out though to Cashman. She's been really good, Jacqueline Cashman. Chase for Beaumont. Beaumont's going to beat Daniels to that ball. No, Daniels did really well. Daniels was just on the right side to make the challenge and make it count. Karaluka spreads the ball to this near sideline in Stevenson, who has dropped back into left back, I think now, and Innocent Michael's been pushed out wide to account for the loss of Chalmers and Chambers. We've done a pretty good job on this left-hand side, it has to be said. Here's Amajoy. Amajoy does really well, puts the ball in, and Shuttleworth sliding, just had to punch that ball away and hope it didn't fall to an Olympic player. Long ball forward for Bambling. Bambling has raced onto that, can't keep it in though. Sutton. Sutton does well just to retain possession. Tatham, long way out from Tatham, and Shuttleworth takes it on the full. Not sure that was particularly wise from Tatham. Such a long way out. Ashman goes back to Shuttleworth. Bay United have time. Khan, back to Cashman. And Stanley. Stanley battling really hard with Innocent Michael. Innocent Michael wants that throw-in to go her way, and hasn't. Takes the ball on the side of the boot. Oh, it's a good ball, a teasing ball opportunity perhaps for Shervy. She was offside. Managed to get herself in a really good position there, Shervy. Stevenson crabbing across field, finds Karaluka and now Daniels. Amajoy. Joy trying to go around the outside of McLennan. That's her skipper, Daniels. Oh, back heel there from Bambling. Works out, not sure that was the intended target. Georgia Beaumont. There's an offside somewhere around there. 65 minutes gone. Moreton Bay United leading thanks to a 58th minute strike from Sam Bambling. The second goal of the season. She had such a fantastic year last year for Moreton Bay United. Sam scored 18 goals in 15 appearances before she got injured in July. She would have wanted to pick up where she left off, and it's exactly what she's done. Did score in the cup as well, so scoring in all competitions. Sam Bambling. Lassick did well. She's using her body to win that ball. Here's Karaluka. Emma Joy with a teasing ball. Behind for a corner kick. New balls, please. Late May, the temperature has just about started to drop. It's not winter by any stretch just yet. 17 degrees. Currently, the temperature. Shuttleworth came and missed. And the ball is behind for a goal kick. It does look like Innocent Michael is down. She came charging in. And it was her head, and she slipped as she came forward. Innocent Michael is just in a spot of bother now. Maybe she just needs a little bit of time. But Shuttleworth came and did not claim that ball. And it's not the first time that Olympic have tried to just put those balls right underneath the crossbar and see what comes from it. There is some real concern over Innocent Michael, though. Former skipper of Olympia Warriors down in Tasmania. Did represent the Tasmanian state team as well. Wonder whether or not might be an indication that Lewis Suero will make her bow in this game. She scored the last 3 games in all competitions, getting a goal in the Kappa Cup game against Robina City and in both the 1-1 draw at Sunshine Coast Wanderers and the 2-1 victory over the QAS. Yes, Michael really gingerly to her feet now. Must have fallen very awkwardly. It might have been the slip. Again, we talk about pitches not being played on when they're wet, and certainly not suggesting that that's the case here, but a lot of that is because the footing is so slippery and it's so awkward for players just to get their footing, and the last thing we want is serious injuries. Shuttleworth just shows off her circus tricks. Probably needs a bit more work based on that evidence before she runs away to the big top. Oh, Schofield said, well, we've had about enough delays in that area of the pitch so far today. We had about a 5-minute gap in the first half when a shot came in and dislodged one of the supporting ropes from that goal, prompting that fairly lengthy delay in the end. It's up to 6 minutes of added time at the end of the first half. Slasic picks up possession, thwarted somewhat by Florence McIntyre. Sutton can't quite turn into free space. It's free space that was pretty quickly occupied by Amy Cook. She's been very solid again, Amy Cook, today. Emma Joy looked like she had one left on her then. Didn't go down, and the referee either didn't see it or thought it wasn't worthy of noticing. This ball falls for Lasek, who goes down, and that was a little bit clumsy from Georgia Beaumont. Looks like it's Florence McIntyre who's making the most vociferous claims against that being a free kick, but Donna Schofield was having none of it, and it's a promising position for Christy New. That might have been Lewis Suero coming on there, just across in front of the 4-player wall. It is. Lewis Suero is on, so Innocent Michael is off. It wouldn't be a bad time for Lewis Suero just to latch on to any sort of loose ball that comes from what I imagine will be a Christy New shot from this free kick, about 30 odd yards from goal, perhaps a little under, 25. Comes in, very comfortably dealt with by Shuttleworth. In the end, she was under no pressure whatsoever. Beaumont battled. Olympic came up with the ball. Lasek gets it eventually by way of Green. Suero. Joy, sorry, over on that far side. No, ball forward towards Beaumont, and a chase is on here. Lucana loses out to Beaumont, opts for preservation of space, and the ball's through, and a second goal for Sam Bambling. Moreton Bay's number 2 has her second. No, it wasn't a goal. Apologies. Everyone celebrated, everyone cheered. It was in fact a goal kick. A nice effort from Sam Bambling. As another substitution is made, but not sure who, I'm afraid. It is in fact Lani Fryer. Her first game back after suffering an ACL injury last year. Happened at the same time as a similar injury to her sister, twin sister, the former Gap player. Well, it's great to see her back on the pitch. And you heard the reception she got. Will she be celebrating a victory later this Friday night? Suero inside to Sutton. Sutton might shape to shoot here. No, she goes wide. To Emma Joy. Emma Joy's cross doesn't beat the first player. She wins a free kick, though, much to the disappointment of Charlie McClellan. Another opportunity for Christian Yu to deliver the ball. Willow Lacana has gone in to the penalty area. Saw her flashing past on your screen. It's a good ball. It's Lacana who got the head to that cross. Could it turn it goalwards? Another brilliant ball from Christian Yu. She might have taken a little flick off Amajoy first, which probably didn't help. Ended up catching Lacana slightly flush. "15 minutes of this match remaining. Olympic need a goal from somewhere." Beaumont got a bit fortunate first time and just helped it on. Defence is solid from Olympic. Safety first, hammering the ball out. And away for a throw-in. Fry gets the ball. Goes back to Green. And Green goes a long way back in the end, back into her own half, in fact. Moreton Bay United won't mind this. There was a second goal, but if they're not going to be pressured, they'll keep eating up the seconds, playing the ball amongst themselves. Eventually Sutton came to challenge, and so that triggered Cashman to just drive forward. Might fall for Beaumont here. Beaumont's ball inside, picked off by Tatham. Beaumont wants the pass, gets it, puts a cross in deep. Bangling jumped, but never really looked like she had any intention of heading the ball. Daniels gets the ball away, and now Amajoy takes up the charge. Sunshine Coast, as you can see, just taking a goal lead against Caboolture. Field's holding up okay up there at the Moreton Bay Central Sport Complex. Not far from here, relatively. Not far from where this game is taking place. In any case, it's a really good challenge. Just allows Beaumont to pick up possession once more. She's being pushed back for really good work by Faith Stevenson. Suero says, "Hang on, I was being fouled there. I want a free kick." And eventually Tyler Schofield obliged. Olympic get on with things pretty quickly though. New looking for an option. Option's a long ball forward towards Suero. Suero has supporting the form of Lassick. Then she uses Stevenson. Stevenson might go for goal here. All she does is scrambling across is Shuttleworth, and eventually gathered it at the second attempt. Olympic certainly don't need to be panicking yet. We're seeing Amy Cook just stretching out those hamstrings and calves. Probably might fill them with a little bit of confidence that they can keep things very calm and just keep putting the pressure on, because they've got through a mountain of work, these centre-backs from Moreton Bay United. They're doing a very adept job at the moment of keeping Olympic at bay and reducing them to pot shots like that. As Sutton just had a little nibble there. And she may well throw her arms out, but she certainly just had a little look at Charlie McLennan. A former Gap player. Trying her trade at a different club. So much space to play that ball into as Cashman drives forward. Beaumont wants to return pass, does she? And Tyler Schofield tells us that it's a Moreton Bay United throw. Helped in, and then away. Lassick helps it even further, but only as far as Cashman. Cashman goes back inside and straight to Lassick. It's just those two at the moment. Now Cashman invites Amy Cook to join in. Bambling. Ball's played into the middle and lurking. There's Georgia Beaumont. Sloppy clearing pass there. Fatigue setting in. It's been a long time between drinks for Olympic in terms of actually getting 90 minutes of action. Haven't played a game since April 29th. It's 28 days ago. They won their last match against the QAS. They're facing defeat here with 10 minutes remaining. So Moreton Bay United hunting their first game of the season. Gave the ball away. Suero couldn't believe her luck, and you could see just the wry smile and the shake of her head. She thought, right, stick this into pace and see how much gas Jacqueline Cashman's got in the tank. Fortunately for Olympic, she put a bit too much pace on the ball forward, and there was not enough gas in the world to put in the tank to catch up with that one in time. Amajoy. Amajoy does well. Apologies, it's Daniels who finds Amajoy. Sutton gets up highest to win that header, but can only find an opponent in a yellow shirt, not a teammate in a red. Good ball from Green, really clever. Linking up nicely, Stanley. And Beaumont. Stanley goes in to help Beaumont. Cross came in, but never made it to the penalty area. And Tatham will now switch play over to the far side of the field. There just seems to be yellow shirts everywhere. I think people do well to count them, you'd think. So many players coming across and swarming, but now is an opportunity perhaps for Amajoy. That's inside. Lasek, oh, it's fallen for Lasek, and Lasek's gone down. It's an ugly looking collision, and we will have a little break here. We'll see that again. Lovely run from Christina Amajoy. Lasek did so well. Bang! Big hit. Cashman just stood there and took it. While we're watching that replay, I can tell you that Sunshine Coast have taken a 2-goal lead against Caboolture now. Just a little ways up the M1. Brittany Lasek has not stopped running. Former Logan Lightning forward. She was looking to find where Jacqueline Cashman, who appeared to have run away as far as she could. She saw Brittany Lasek on the rib cage. It was a drop ball. Moreton Bay United will just retain possession. Just adds a little bit of extra time at the end though. Lasek just gets back on the horse straight away, puts a strong chase in, but she is struggling. Her pressure, though, has allowed Suero to win the ball. Suero, that's nice. Just trying to create a bit of time. Just have to really battle. The support is there from Tatham. Goes all the way back instead, though, to Stevenson. And Stevenson's ball wasn't a good on average. And now the ball's at the feet of Georgia Beaumont. Olympic will be breathing a sigh of relief that Beaumont couldn't make more of that opportunity. Here's Lasek. Amajoy checks her run. Lasek does well. Gets to the byline. Is she going to get to the byline, or is she going to be stopped quite brilliantly in the end by Charlie McLennan. Cross does come in eventually though. Asik won't stop fighting. Black Knight in Monty Python and the Holy Grail. It's just a flesh wound. Carry on. Daniels. Daniels is out-muscled that time by McLennan. Moreton Bay United are going to take the ball upfield now. Flag's gone up. Sam Bambling is disappointed. You have to adjust your sets. Bambling. Moreton United moving the ball around quite nicely at the moment. Lost it now though, Suero. Asik keeps challenging, keeps chasing. And Stanley inside to Green. Bay United are going to make a substitution soonish. Cross comes in, it's a teasing one. Dave Stevenson has to do something with the ball because it stayed in. Can only find Stanley. Stanley tries to put it back into the middle. Just inviting Beaumont to challenge. Beaumont does challenge now. Ikana does well to get the ball back inside to New. And Olympic have worked that really nicely. Karaluka. The ball's gone forward again. Long way out of her area is Bella Shuttleworth. Sutton, long range effort, and again it's another long range effort. But Moreton Bay are holding Olympic to. They have not worked yet, and that one didn't either. It is Moreton Bay United 1, Olympic 0. 87 minutes gone. Probably only 5 or 6 to play, including stoppage time. Maybe as much as 4 minutes of stoppage time. Been a couple of injuries. Substitution is going to happen, and it's absolutely gassed McClellan, is it? No, she's staying on. Sam Bambling, who's gone off. McClellan looks absolutely exhausted, but she's been told, no, you've got to see this one out. So the goal scorer's off. Alex Mackey is on. Scored twice against Gold Coast United for the under-23s. He's yet to score for the senior team in 3 appearances this season. Did get a goal against the Gap in the Kappa Women's Super Cup though, that 9-0 win. Goals flowed then. They haven't flown today, but it might be a maiden 3 points in the National Premier League Queensland 2022 competition. He's forced to check. It does go back to New. It's nice from New into Karaluka. Karaluka goes long. Picked up by Shuttleworth. Oh, nice. Inside from Stanley. That's got the crowd excited, and a free kick goes against Suero. Someone's asked for a card. Suero said, I was just giving it to Jacqueline. Cashman is assessing her options before launching this one into the edge of the penalty area. She doesn't, in fact, launch it. It goes short. Oh, it splits. Perfectly bisects those 2 defenders. There's that ball forward from McIntyre. He has to go down and support into the the Bermuda Triangle on this pitch, from our point of view anyway. Time is falling for Beaumont. Will it fall for Fryer? No, it won't. Green. Mackie over on that far side. Mackie splits past one. Karaluka does really well just to charge in and win that ball back. Great disruption on that holding midfielder. Rosie Sutton bundled her way through, but the ball was just optional accessory really in that challenge as we tick over into stoppage time. Olympic running out of time. Nice touch from Beaumont to Fryer. Fryer splits for defence brilliantly with the ball to Mackie. Just too far ahead of her though, and Chantal Symes does well to race out. Oh, shot's going to come in from Fryer, and running back with Symes. That would have been a welcome return back to football for Liani Fryer. This is the replay. I'm not quite sure whether Chantal Symes would have been able to do anything about it had that shot been on target and a little bit away from her. The effort from Lassick. She's done so well all game. Here's New. Olympic need the ball forward. Is it a handball? Referee says yes. Sutton says no. And still pleading her case. Karaluka. Neats ball forward towards Lassick. Sutton. And the intended target, more frustration for Rosie Sutton. Beaumont and Stevenson give chase. United leading against Surfers Paradise Apollo. Down on the Gold Coast, Derby, QPL 2. Amajoy. One last chance for Olympic perhaps. All the way through to Karaluka in an advanced position. It's a good ball from Karaluka. Daniels couldn't quite keep possession. Thrown to New. New skips past one, goes past another, uses the pass to get past two more. Amajoy offside, yes she was. And that might well be that for Olympic as we tick into the 4th minute of stoppage time. That is in fact all we have time for, just 3.5 minutes added on at the end of this game. Moreton Bay United get their first win of the National Premier League's Queensland Women's Competition season for 2022, and it was all thanks to Sam Bambling's 58th minute strike. Half the supporters and this commentator thought that she had a second not that long after. It did in fact pass by the wrong side of the post from a Moreton Bay United perspective, but they won't mind. They have inflicted Olympic's second defeat of the season. And a promising performance from Moreton Bay United. They didn't look like a team that hadn't managed to get a notch in the win column so far this season. In fact, they look very, very strong. And with Sam Bambling starting to hit her straps and Georgia Beaumont continuing to bustle away, you'd say that they'll be starting to look up the table at the moment. They have moved joint third with Wanderers, who have the bye this weekend, and their opponents tonight, Olympic, on 4 competition points. We remain to see how many matches remain this weekend. The Lions are scheduled to play the QAS tomorrow at 4:45. Capalaba are scheduled to play Souths United at 6:30 at Max Haynes Fields. Eastern Southern and Gold Coast United, that game's already gone. Heath Park still too waterlogged. We're going to have inspections tomorrow at Richlands and in the Capalaba area, I'm sure. We'll be able to check out all the details from across the competitions and indeed across the age groups at footballqueensland.com.au. Just navigate to the wet weather section. Well, from me, Simon Smale, that's all we've got time for tonight. Enjoy the rest of your weekend of football. It's great to have football back after such a wet and soggy interlude that the weather gods have bestowed upon us. Let's hope that we have a slightly less interrupted week ahead, and indeed for the rest of the season. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, enjoy the rest of your football. For me, Simon Smale, it's good evening.